Why do you instinctively trust that massive glowing green continue button on your phone, but like the tiny pale gray text underneath just immediately feels like a trap?
Right, or why starting a subscription takes one click, but canceling it requires you to navigate this, absolute labyrinth.
Exactly. Well, welcome to today's deep dive. We are using some translated notes on Richard Thaler. He won the 2017 Nobel Prize in Economics to figure out our mission for today, which is, are you actually making your own choices? Or has someone prearranged the options so you pick exactly what they want?
Yeah, and to get why we fall for that big green button, we really have to look at how we process decisions. Thaler built on Kahneman and Tversky's work, showing that human decision-making relies heavily on cognitive shortcuts.
Right, because we just don't have the processing power to weigh every single variable every time we click something.
Exactly. We have what Thaler calls bounded rationality. We have limited attention and limited self-control. So because we aren't perfectly rational, the exact way choices are presented to us heavily dictates what we choose.
And that presentation, that's what it calls choice architecture, right?
Yeah, choice architecture.
Mhm.
Basically, if you control the environment where a decision is made, you guide the behavior.
It's kind of like organizing a cafeteria. If you put the salad right at eye level and hide the chocolate cake in the back, you aren't banning the cake, but you are actively nudging people toward the salad.
That is a perfect analogy.
Mhm.
Or like water flowing down a mountain. The water doesn't consciously decide its path, right? It just follows the grooves already carved into the dirt.
Right, and I mean, choice architecture is basically the person carving those grooves before it even rains.
Exactly. And since someone is always carving those grooves, you really have to ask what they want you to do. This is where we get into helpful nudges versus, well, manipulation.
Okay, so what makes a nudge actually helpful?
Well, helpful nudges guide you to do what you would rationally want to do if you were, calm and completely focused. Like take the pension plan research in our notes.
Oh, right, where they change the retirement enrollment stuff?
Yeah, they changed it from an opt-in form that you have to actively seek out to a default setting where you're just automatically enrolled unless you actively choose to leave.
And participation just absolutely skyrockets because the friction is gone.
Totally. People save way more for their future. And the same mechanism drives organ donation systems in countries with an opt-out default.
All right.
They save thousands of lives just by leveraging our natural tendency to stick with the status quo.
Wow. But that exact same cognitive shortcut can be a trap, right? Like when a system exploits your fatigue for profit.
Absolutely. Think about online stores flashing those tags like only 2 items left or popular choice.
Yeah, they're weaponizing that friction. They're exploiting your fear of missing out. But, I do have to push back a little on this whole helpful versus exploitative distinction.
Okay, go for it.
Well, looking at the source notes on government forms, just changing the simple order of options on a basic administrative document completely alters what people decide. So, is any choice ever truly neutral?
That is a really fair point. Honestly, pure neutrality is a complete myth.
Right, because every list has a top and a bottom.
Exactly. Every interface has to be ordered somehow.
Yeah.
And because of that bounded rationality we talked about, that order inevitably sways the outcome. But Thaler argues the real distinction lies in alignment.
Alignment with the user.
Yeah. Is the design aligned with what the user actually wants in the long term? Or does it exclusively serve the architect?
Got it. So basically, choice architecture is literally everywhere. Our systematic mistakes aren't just weird quirks. They are actively factored into the underlying design of the apps we scroll, the stores we walk through, everything.
Everything. So the next time you're navigating a checkout screen, you just leave a default box checked. Look at the architecture around it. Ask yourself, who built this room and whose interests are they serving?
Right. Where are they trying to guide you?
Right.
Which actually brings me to a final thought for you to chew on. If absolutely every physical and digital environment you interact with is purposefully designed to nudge your behavior in a specific direction.
Which they are.
Right, they are. At what point does guided choice actually cross the line into the complete illusion of free will? Something to think about the next time you instinctively tap that giant glowing green button.